Jerusalema, ikhaya lami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalema, ikhaya lami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze, dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, y'all?
Jerusalema, ikhaya lami,
ilondoloze, uhambe nami.
zungangishilana. Jerusalema, ikhaya lami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami. Zungangishilana. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana.
On the hot track, melt like it's hot wax. Put it out, all the stores, bet you can.
Can't nobody hold you down, huh?
With a hot hat, frontin' like that boy ain't got tracks. Nigga, stop that.
Okay.
No God slicker than this young fly nigga. Nickel 9 liquor, floss you die quicker.
Okay.
This bedtime, out of town pie flipper. Turn Chris Dallas to a crooked eye slipper. Everybody wanna be fast, see the cash. Fuck around they weak staff, get a heat rash. Anything.
What up, Tune? What up, bro?
Stash, push a bulletproof B-class. I'm good with being a player and a baller. Just want me one bad bitch so I can spoil her. Mace wanna be the one you respect. Even when you vex, rock Versace silks over still V-Max. Dark things never seen, so you suck my jewels, clutch my ooze.
What up, Konzo? What up?
Puff niggas own lord.
Kim Johnson, what up?
Good fellas, you know you can't touch this dude.
Don't push us, cause we're close to the edge. We're trying not to lose our heads.
Broken glass
everywhere.
If it ain't about no money, puff, I
Just don't care.
I'm that good fella, fly guy, sometime wise guy, spend time at H-A-W-A-I-I.
What up, Sin Red?
Stop smoking la la, puff, why try? I'm a thug,
I'm a dada.
I be out in Jersey, puffin' Hershey. Brothers ain't worthy to rock my derby. No, I'm never drug free when I'm in the club, G. Though I know the thugs be wanting to slug me. Could it be I move as smooth as Bugsy? Or be at the bar with too much bubbly? Yo, I think it must be the girls wanna lust me. Or is it simply the girls just love me? Brothers wanna rock my rolls, rock my clothes, rock my ice, pull out blocks, stop my life. I'm like, damn, how these niggas got that tripe? Used to be my man, how you gon' plot on my wife? Do you think he snake me cause they hate me? Or he got his PhD, player haters degree? Can't
nobody take my pride. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving.
Quit that, You a big cat, where your chicks at? Where your whips at? Wherever you get stacks, I'ma fix that. Everything that's big dreams. Simply a lot of men be wanting to hand me, cause their words just don't offend me. We spend cheese in the West End.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Man, welcome back to part 2 of the reading of this P. Diddy lawsuit that just came out. Let me shout out who up in here rocking with me. Purple, hello, how are you? Cherie Harris, what up? Latanya Singh, hello. Dre, what up? Kim Johnson, hey. Toon, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Kanza, what's up, Kanza? Sin Red, what's good? Everybody else who's here, what's good, y'all? We about to get back into this thing. I told y'all I was gonna come back, so here I am. Okay. Let's get straight to it, y'all. As y'all know, yesterday we definitely I know there was other channels reading this, man, and but I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it my way. I did it my way. I like that song. But this, y'all, I don't mean no harm. This stuff is worse than R. Kelly stuff. Okay, you got people getting shot. You got people getting just groped, and celebrities just coming around and passing people around and all kind of crazy stuff now. You got Usher doing stuff. You got Meek Mill. You got all. It's just crazy. It's just all crazy, right? Now, when you talk about it and then you actually read it and you actually seeing pictures and evidence and all this stuff, like whoever this dude is, I don't know how. If this is because he's trying to, get money back. It's all about money. I don't know. But the receipts this dude got, you can't question his receipts. He got is right there in your face, right? So we're gonna get into this, y'all. I want to get back into this. We picked up at page 27. I will tell y'all, if you hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. I know yesterday when y'all came on, y'all did a great job hitting the like button. We got 4 likes and 16 people watching. It's all good. I promise you it's free. Just hit the like button because we're about to get it in. Okay? What's up, Chanel? All right, here we go, y'all. Let's get straight to it. So let me pull this down real quick. And let me go over here. Take this off. And let's get to this, man. Dang, Puff. Man, crazy, dude. Here we go. So we are at page 27. Okay, we're at the bottom of 27. So let me get back into this. So it says defendants, Ethiopia, Habtemremian, whatever her name was, Lucian Charles, Grange, Motown Records, Love Records, and Universal Music Group aided, abetted, and profited off of Sean Combs' RICO enterprise. Mr. Jones recalls seeing defendant Grange visiting Mr. Combs' home in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California. TikTok is one of them. Okay, so here's some. Oh yeah, by the way, I gotta bring this up because people's like, Atmos, you skipped all over the fact that Usher is involved in this. It said in the footnotes, one of the guys that was involved was disperformed at the Super Bowl. We know who that was. That was Usher. Okay, so he's also involved. I don't know what they got to say about Usher, but we're gonna find out. They said that Chris Brown was sleeping with underage girls. He said that Cuba Gooding Jr. tried to grope him and was trying to touch him all in between his legs and all kind of this stuff crazy, y'all. But let's get this thing going. So this footnote says TikTok is one of the most important short video platforms in the world. It has significant impact on the spread of global music. Today, it is believed that artists are paying more and more attention to producing music suitable for dissemination on TikTok due to failed contractual renewal negotiations between Universal and TikTok. Okay, so that's just a footnote. So let's get into this, y'all. According to Mr. Jones, whenever Defendant Grange visited Mr. Combs at his homes, it would be in the evening, and he and Mr. Combs would disappear for hours in Mr. Combs' bedroom. Defendant Grange sponsored and attended several Love album listening parties at Mr. Combs' home in Los Angeles, California. These parties were sponsored by defendants MR, LR, and UMG. As evidenced above, these parties had sex workers and underage girls present. During these parties, Defendant Grange knew or should have known that Mr. Combs was drugging the attendees through laced bottles of De Leon tequila and Ciroc vodka. So they are saying that P. Diddy was spiking his Ciroc bottles, spiking the tequila bottles so that people would be further out of their minds than they usually would under the influence of alcohol. So they said he was lacing it with ecstasy. Okay? So he was just trying, I mean, this is insane, y'all. He said, it is no secret that Mr. Combs has specific bottles of alcohol designated for females and other bottles designated for his staff, his artists, and himself. This fact was detailed by former artists and bodyguards of Mr. Combs. Let me read that one more time. It says, this fact was detailed by former artists and bodyguards of Mr. Combs. So, y'all, these people are saying that if they are subpoenaed, they will go on and speak. Okay? It says, as a sponsor of these events, Defendant Grange had a duty and obligation to ensure that sex workers and underage girls were not present, and that Mr. Combs was not spiking the alcohol with date drugs. Okay, man. As a sponsor of these events, Defendant Grange had a duty to and obligation to ensure that sex workers and underage girls were not present, and that Mr. Combs was not spiking the alcohol with date rape drugs. On YouTube channel, The Art of Dialogue, former bodyguard Gene Deal exposed Mr. Combs' pill mixing method used to spike cranberry juice and orange juice. What the According to Mr. Deal, Mr. Combs would place ecstasy and other date rape drugs in the juices. Y'all, this is his former bodyguard that's putting this out. On YouTube, The Art of Dialogue, former artist Mark Curry exposed Mr. Combs spiking bottles of Moet champagne in the VIP section of nightclubs. Mr. Combs would have a set of Moet champagne bottles for his artists and a set for women. This dude is sick, y'all. He's sick. They have a video showing here where.
Okay, I found this on the web for Hey 6, so they have a video showing here way. Check it out.
Okay, you go away. It says that this writer has spoken with several former employees of Mr. Combs who witnessed the defendant quorum instruct her staff to lace. I hear RICO. To lace champagne, De Leon, and Ciroc liquor bottles with ecstasy and other illicit drugs. Mr. Combs recalls seeing defendant Habtemerarian. Y'all hold real quick. Hey, you in the car? Hello? Yeah, I'm. Are you okay? They full of, yeah. I'm gonna call you back. I'm live right now. I'll call you back. All right. Okay. Mr. Jones recalls seeing defendant Habtemariam visited Mr. Combs' home in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, in California. According to Mr. Jones, whenever the defendant, I'm just gonna say Mariam, visited Mr. Combs at his homes, it will be in the evening, and she and Mr. Combs would disappear for hours in Mr. Combs' bedroom. According to Mr. Jones, defendant Miriam visited Mr. Combs at defendant CRS during Mr. Combs' writing camp. During defendant Miriam sponsored and attended several Love album listening parties at Mr. Combs' home in Los Angeles, California. These parties were sponsored by defendants MR, LR, and UMG. As evidence above, these parties had sex workers and underage girls present. During these parties, defendant Miriam knew or should have known that Mr. Combs was drugging the attendees through lace bottles of De Leon tequila and Ciroc vodka. As a sponsor of these events, defendant Miriam had a duty and obligation to ensure that sex workers and underage girls were not present and that Mr. Combs was not spiking the alcohol with date rape drugs. Okay, so here is defendant Christina Coram is the Ghislaine Maxwell to Sean Combs. Oh, wow. Wow, I saw that interview with them too. So, wow. Look at that. All right, what's up, Jules Small? Good night. Good night. Have a good night. According to Mr. Jones, during the 13 months that he lived and traveled with Mr. Combs, he witnessed Mr. Combs display and distribute guns from his bedroom closet in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California, to questionable individuals dressed in all black. According to Mr. Jones, during the 13 months he lived and traveled with Mr. Combs, he witnessed defendant Coram openly order her assistants to keep Mr. Combs high off gummies and pills. Defendant Coram required all employees, from the butler, the chef, to the housekeepers, to walk around with a pouch or fanny pack filled with cocaine, GHB, ecstasy, marijuana gummies, 100 to 200 mgs each, and Tukey, a pink drug that is a combination of ecstasy and cocaine. What the hell? Y'all see this? Are y'all looking at what I'm looking at? This is crazy. It was important to defendant Coram to have Mr. Combs' drug of choice immediately present, ready when he asked for it. Okay? Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Defendant Coram ordered sex workers and prostitutes for Mr. Combs. Defendant Coram ordered and distributed ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms to Mr. Combs at his celebrity guests who were present on his rented yacht and in his homes in LA, New York City, and Miami. On multiple occasions, defendant Coram forced Mr. Jones to carry Mr. Combs' drug pouch against his will. As the chief of staff, defendant Coram was instrumental in organizing and executing the RICO enterprise. There's that word. I told y'all I smelled RICO. Here we go. In executing the RICO enterprise, defendant Coram had the following individuals execute the following tasks for the RICO enterprise. Stevie J, recruits sex workers, and attends and participates in freak-offs. We heard about freak-offs in the one he had with Casey, right? We heard about the freak-offs where he would hire these male sex workers to come in and force her to have sex with these guys, right? Justin Combs, his son, solicits prostitutes, underage girls, and sex workers would engage in freak-offs. Brendan Paul works as Mr. Combs' mule. He acquires and distributes Mr. Combs' drugs and guns. What the hell? Wow. Okay, here's another footnote. They said that they have a recording of this and we'll provide it to the court, y'all. They have a recording of this stuff. They said here that they also have a video of Mr. Combs, Stevie J, and Plaintiff Jones at the strip club. Mr. Combs is recording the video while coaching and training the Plaintiff Jones how to recruit sex. Oh my goodness, y'all. So they got a video of where he is coaching them on how to do this stuff. He's coaching them. Video. So this is Brendan Paul and Mr. Combs. Oh, like he a white boy. Oh, wow. Frankie Santella works alongside Brendan. While Brendan acquires and distributes Mr. Combs' drugs and guns, Frankie carries the money and pays for the drugs and guns. Wow, so that's them. That's showing them together. That's crazy. That's crazy. So that's them two together right there. Moy Bond hires sex workers, attends and participates in freak-offs. Vice President of Music Management and Strategic Partnerships, Vice President of Music Management and Strategic Partnerships, Combs Global. So this right here, Moy Bond, Thanksgiving 2002, when Mr. Combs offered Mr. Jones cocaine. Mr. Combs funded and used his affiliation with local gangs and gang leaders who would frequent his homes in LA and Miami to secure drugs and guns he obtained and distributed out of his homes in LA and Miami. Defendants executed their RICO enterprise with threats of violence, threatening to eat plaintiff's face, displaying the distributing guns in the plaintiff's presence, bragging about having law enforcement under control, bragging about murdering people, bragging about bribing witnesses and jurors in a criminal case concerning the 1999 NYC nightclub shooting with Shine. Defendants executed their RICO enterprise with threats of isolation from the music and entertainment industry, parading powerful music industry executives such as defendants Lucian Charles Grange, Ethiopia, Miriam, at his parties filled with sex workers and minors, illegal drugs such as ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms. Defendants executed their RICO enterprise with threats of non-payment for work completed, fake promises of cash payments, which was $250,000, producer of the year Grammys, a guaranteed access to future projects. Sorry, y'all. And a $20 million home on a Star Island in Miami. Says plaintiff intentionally left the names and images of these individuals out of the pleading out of fear of retaliation. Mr. Combs is allowed to wreak havoc, okay? While living and traveling with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones discovered that Mr. Combs has hidden cameras in every room of his homes. Wow. They say he had hidden cameras in all the rooms of his homes. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs is has recordings of defendants Lucian Charles Grange, Mariam, as well as other celebrities, music label executives, politicians and athletes. Y'all, now it's all starting to come together. Now it's all starting to come together. You see, a lot of these celebrities are scared to say anything. Justin Bieber, Usher, because he probably got them on video doing freak-offs with other people. If he had secret cameras in all of his rooms, and he had a lot of parties, and people was doing whatever they wanted to, thinking they was in the privacy of a room, and he has videos of them, would it shock you that they not going to be talking? He got them. He got them. They're not going to come out against him. All he got to say is, so you want to talk. But before you start talking for real, just understand that on July 3rd of 2022, you was at my house for the all-white party, and you was in the back room with Mercedes, Hennessy, and Porsche. And I got all your videos of what you was doing back there while your wife was at home waiting on you. So you said you want to talk about what? Oh, nothing, Mr. Combs. Have a great day. Oh, okay. Huh? He got him. Probably got him taking drugs. Got him having sex. Got him doing this. Got him doing that. This is crazy, y'all. Since Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs has recordings of defendants and everybody. Upon information and belief, these individuals were recorded without... were recorded without their knowledge and consent. And as is the case with the homosexual sex tape of Stevie J that Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak-off parties at his house parties, y'all. This is serious. Upon information and belief, due to the treasure trove of evidence he has in his possession, Mr. Combs believes that he is above the law and is untouchable. Y'all, I just said this. In his service, hey, yes, he going down. Absolutely, he going down. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs employs Jose Cruz as his IT director. This writer has spoken to several former employees of Mr. Combs who confirmed that Jose Cruz is the gatekeeper to all of Mr. Combs' recordings. Upon information and belief, Jose Cruz intentionally hides behind the camera and from social media and the internet due to all of the incriminating acts that he was required to record for Mr. Combs. So, y'all, they got the doggone phone number. They got Jose Puff's tech guy, Cali. This dude got, First cause of action. Conduct and what's up, A2L? Conduct and participate in a RICO enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity, violation of Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organization Act, OMG, y'all. They are gonna, y'all are seeing this right now. Now, they talked about R. Kelly with this RICO thing. This right here is a real RICO. This a real RICO. They didn't have no evidence of the other ones doing stuff. It was all hearsay. They actually have video recordings of these people passing drugs and him teaching them how to do this and do that. Y'all, this is crazy. This is crazy. Says Mr. Jones incorporates by reference all preceding paragraphs and realleges them as if set forth fully herein. A respondent superior, defendants Lucian Charles Grange, Miriam Combs Global, Motown Records, Love Records, and Universal Music Group. The respondent Superior Collective are 100% liable for the actions of Sean Combs, Justin Combs, Christina Coram as they were acting in their capabilities and the respondent Superior Collective's employees when they committed the acts detailed below. The respondent Superior Collective failed to adequately monitor, warn, or supervise the actions of Sean Combs, Justin Combs, and Christina Coram. Defendants are individuals and are entities within the meaning of person as defined in 18 U.S.C. 1961 because each is capable of holding and does hold a legal or beneficial interest in property. The association is composed of Lucian Charles Grange, Ethiopia Miriam, Sean Combs, Justin Combs, Christina Coram, Combs Global, Motown Records, Love Records, Universal Music Group, John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10, and ABC Corporations 1 through 10. Section 1962A makes it unlawful for any person who has received any income derived directly or indirectly from a pattern of racketeering activity or through a collection of an unlawful debt in which such a person has participated as a principal within the meaning of Section 2, Title 18, United States Code, to use or invest directly or indirectly any part in such income or the proceeds of such income in the acquisition of any interest in or the establishment or operation of any enterprise which is engaged in or activities of which affect interstate or foreign commerce. 18 U.S.C. Section 1962 makes it unlawful for any person employed by or associated with any enterprise engaged in or the activities of which affect interstate or foreign commerce to conduct or participate directly or indirectly in the conduct of such enterprise affairs through a pattern of racketeering activity. Y'all. Section 1962 makes it unlawful for any person to conspire to violate Section 1962A among other provisions. Defendants are associated with each other as an enterprise within the meaning of enterprise as defined in 18 U.S.C. and 1961. Sorry, y'all. Been a long day. Defendants have unlawfully increased their profits by luring and deceiving producers, musicians, writers, creators, and artists such as plaintiff to transport drugs, ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms, transport firearms, solicit minors, exotic dancers, sex workers, and to utilize their talents and labor to produce music and other tangible goods and services without compensation. The RICO enterprise, which all defendants have engaged in, and the activities of which affect the interstate and foreign commerce, oh my gosh, y'all, they are laying this thing out. Of an association, in fact, the persons including each defendant and other unnamed co-conspirators. That association, in fact, has structured by various contracts and non-contractual relationships. Hold on, y'all. Hello? What's up? Oh, shoot. Oh, man, you caught me on the middle of a live, man. How you been? Dang. That's what's up, bro. Yes, sir. Hey, hit me up tomorrow, bro. All right, bro. Stay up. Peace. It's my brother. All right. The RICO enterprise, which all defendants have engaged in, and all activities in which affect interstate and foreign commerce, is compromised of an association. In fact, the persons including as defendants and other unnamed co-conspirators. The association, in fact, was structured by various I read that part already. Plaintiff to utilize their talents and labor. Okay, I did that. Okay, let me move on. The members of the RICO enterprise all share a common purpose: to enrich themselves financially and sexually at the expense of producers, musicians, writers, creators, and artists by maximizing defendants' revenues through fraudulent means. As set forth herein, defendants benefited financially from their scheme to defraud plaintiff by intimidating plaintiff with threats of violence, threatening to eat the plaintiff's face, displaying and distributing guns in the plaintiff's presence, bragging about having law enforcement under control, bragging about murdering people, and bragging about bribing witnesses and jurors in a criminal case concerning the 1999 NYC nightclub shooting with Shine. Threats of isolation from the music industry and entertainment industry, parading powerful music industry executives such as defendants Lucian Charles Grange, Ethiopia Mariam, and his parties filled with sex workers, minors, and illegal drugs such as ecstasy, cocaine, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms. Threats of non-payment for work completed. Fake promises of cash payments. Okay, so we just went through that. What's going on, Diva Time? What's going on? How you doing? Thanks for coming in. The members of the RICO enterprise all share a common person. Okay, we just read this. So hold on. They're kind of just repeating the same stuff over and over. Okay. All right, here we go. Upon information and belief, this RICO enterprise has existed for at least 20 years, dating back to 1999 nightclub shooting in NYC when Mr. Combs required his then-girlfriend, Jennifer Lopez, to transport his illegal firearm into the NYC nightclub. Mr. Combs forced his then-artist Shine to assume responsibility for the shooting of several individuals. Mr. Combs used his power, money, and influence to bribe jurors and witnesses such as the friend of the shooting victim, Natanya Rubin, who reported to law enforcement that she saw Mr. Combs, not Shine, pull the trigger and shoot her friend in the face. Damn. What? Let me read this again. What the heck? Mr. Combs used his power, money, and influence to bribe jurors and witnesses such as the friend of the shooting victim, Natanya Rubin, who reported to law enforcement that she saw Mr. Combs and not Shine pull the trigger and shoot her friend in the face. Natanya Rubin later testified at Mr. Combs' criminal trial that she was tying her shoe and may not have seen who shot the gun. She later confessed that Mr. Combs paid her. Oh. Y'all, this is crazy. This is crazy. She later confessed that Mr. Combs paid her. The RICO enterprise continued throughout the years, including during Mr. Combs' 10-year relationship with his girlfriend, Casey Ventura. According to Miss Ventura's civil complaint, this RICO enterprise continued in her relationship, even though Mr. Combs forced her to carry his gun in her purse, forced her to engage in unwanted sex act with male prostitutes and sex workers, forced her to consume dangerous amounts of ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, all the same stuff, and paying a member of his security team $5,000 to blow up a vehicle of Kid Cudi because he was jealous and insecure of their relationship. The RICO enterprise continued in September 2022 to the present day, as evidenced by hundreds of hours of video and audio recordings of the plaintiff's possession. Oh my goodness, y'all. Listen to this. The RICO enterprise continued from September 2022 to the present day, as evidenced by the hundreds of hours, as evidenced of the hundreds of hours, as evidenced by the hundreds of hours of video and audio recording in the plaintiff's possession. Y'all, it's over. Defendant Sean Combs, Justin Combs, Christina Coram, and his assistants and staff all orchestrated, participated, managed, and executed the RICO enterprise by purchasing and distributing ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, mushrooms, by purchasing and distributing firearms, by requiring the solicitation of sexual workers with prostitutes, sex workers, and minors, and by forcing artists, creatives, musicians, and producers to utilize their talents and labor to produce music and other tangible goods and services without compensation. The RICO enterprise has functioned as a continuing unit and maintains the ascertainable structure, separate and distinct from the pattern of racketeering activity. The enterprise was characterized by the defendant's pattern of false representations and omissions made by the defendants, Sean Combs, Justin Combs, Christina Coram, and other current and former members of the Deformers Associates and staff to defendants, artists, creatives, musicians, and producers. These false representations and omissions were designed to induce defendants, artists, creators, musicians, and producers to utilize their talents and labor to produce music and other tangible goods and services without compensation, as well as solicitation of sexual encounters with prostitutes, sex workers, and minors, and the purchasing and distribution of illegal firearms and drugs. As part of this scheme, defendants required their artists, creatives, musicians, and producers to visit strip clubs wearing exclusive, authentic bad boy material or merchandise, and to use the name and reputation of Mr. Combs to solicit sex workers and prostitutes. Additionally, Mr. Combs used the prospects of winning Grammy Awards, purchasing $20 million homes, participating in future projects, making $250,000 cash payments, and meeting influential music industry. So he bribed them with that, all that kind of stuff, y'all. Okay. The true nature of the defendant's scheme was left undisclosed and omitted, and or was affirmatively misrepresented, all fraudulently increased the defendant's profits, and least some of which were used to expand the enterprise, causing further injury to Plaintiff Jones and other unwitting artists, creatives, musicians, and producers. So defendants profited from the enterprise. The Plaintiff Jones suffered because the plaintiff diminished Plaintiff Jones' finances due to 13 months of non-payment and diminished Plaintiff Jones' health through the consistent drugging and forced sexual encounters with prostitutes and sex workers. Defendants used the proceeds from the scheme to advance the scheme by funding and operating their marketing machine, including through the use of mail, social media, word of mouth, the interstate wires to sell the illusion that Mr. Combs was serious about the talents and skills of the artists, creatives, musicians, and producers, and wanted to use those skills to make music when nothing could be further from the truth. The defendants provided their artists, creators, musicians, and producers with his misrepresentative information, including via email, all over interstate wireline communication systems, and obtained free labor, the distribution of drugs and firearms, as well as prostitutes, sex workers, and minors. Defendants obtained revenue via wire transfers, defendants and banking transactions that were exchanged via electronic means over interstate wires, therefore growing the enterprise and causing further injury to the Plaintiff Jones and described throughout. The defendant's scheme was reasonably calculated to deceive Plaintiff Jones. Artists, creatives, musicians, producers of ordinary prudence and comprehension through the execution of the complex and illegal scheme to misrepresent the effectiveness of soliciting prostitutes. So y'all, they kind of saying the same thing over and over and over again. It says here, Plaintiff Jones would have lived with Mr. Okay, Plaintiff Jones would not have lived with Mr. Combs for 13 months, missing birthdays, holidays, family events, but for the legal racketeering scheme operated by the defendants. The defendants each had a specific intent to participate in the overall RICO enterprise and the scheme to defraud Mr. Jones. Okay, sorry, y'all. All right, I'm gonna have to get off here, y'all. That's my job. I gotta finish up some work. But just to kind of wrap this up right here, y'all. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. They keep going over the same stuff, talk about the minors throughout the relevant defendants' solution. Okay, so they keep saying the same thing over and over and over, y'all. Talking about, damn, why they just keep, it's like they just copied and pasted. Hold on. Robin Greenhill, the accountant, would ensure the wiring, funds transfer or cash payments to sex workers. Frankie Santella, Moy Bond, Brendan Paul, and KK would also be representative for ensuring payment to sex workers in cash. Young Miami, Jade, and Daphne Joy were paid a monthly fee to work as Mr. Combs' sex workers and receive payment via wire transfer from Robin Greenhill, which outlined the defendant's ongoing criminal operation. During the 10 years preceding the filing of this action and to the present, all defendants did cooperate jointly and severely in a commission of 3 or more of the predicate acts that are itemized in 18 U.S.C. 1961 and B in violation of 18 U.S.C. described in this complaint, beginning at the exact date known to plaintiff, but within 10 years preceding the filing of this action, defendants have knowingly, willfully, and lawfully participated in the pattern of racketeering activity that continues to this day. Ooh. Wow. The acts below, racketeering acts, had the same pattern and purpose to defraud plaintiff for the defendant, for the benefit of defendants. Each racketeering act involved the same or similar methods of commission and participants. Throughout the repeated predicate acts, the ability to conduct their fraud using the mail and telecommunications wires and money laundering, the defendant's business would not have succeeded. Y'all, I'm going to stop right here. And when I come back tomorrow, we're going to finish this up, y'all. So I am at the top of page, what page is this? Top of the page 41. Top of page 41. Y'all, this is crazy. This is crazy. It's getting deeper. They are now starting to line this up and show, they're showing how this thing about to all come together, y'all. There's no way that P. Diddy not going down for this. No way. Young Miami up in there with him also. What's up, Quay Quay? How you doing? Y'all, this is crazy. It's crazy. It's only, 72 pages. It's only about 30 pages. I'll knock those out tomorrow. But I got to get all this paperwork done, y'all. So I gotta get going. I'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget, we are at the top of page 40, the top of page 41. Okay, I will get back to this tomorrow. Listen, y'all have a great night. Thank y'all for coming in. We're gonna wrap this thing up tomorrow and open up the forum. Okay, Y'all have a blessed night. Peace out.